What's up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review the season 6 premiere of Tyler Perry's Sistas. So if you haven't seen the season 6 premiere of Sistas, turn this video off right now and go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. Yeah. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It literally takes less than 3 seconds. It's an easy and quick and free way to support my channel and support me, basically. So yeah, I'm going to give you that little 4 seconds to do that. Like and subscribe. Stretch my neck anyway. Okay. Yeah. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions and how I feel. So don't come over here with the negativity, okay? What else? Yeah, I'm not a public speaker, so you will tend to hear me say like 1,000 times. I might say so like 1,000 times. I might pause what I'm saying to regain my thoughts because I be going off track. And I definitely will be looking over here to my notes that I take while I'm watching the show. Won't have to be squinting or looking all close like that no more because as you can see, I have my glasses now. I did a lot of reviews without my glasses and you would see a lot of me doing this and stuff. So, no more of that. What else? Yeah, these are my thoughts and expressions. Not a public speaker. Oh yeah, I do like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm gonna grade this episode a B+. For it to be a premiere, it did not do too much. It did not give me nothing. And the fact that Karen's still not showing, they lucky I don't get that John a D. Like, I ain't never gave an episode a D. But, kind of pissed me off with the fact that Karen wasn't showing. But anyway, I rate this episode a B+. Yeah, B+. I graded a B+. A lot of people do ratings 1 through 10, whatever. I'm trying to be a little different, so I like to do grades. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I have my water bottle here. I've been drinking my water because it's almost gone. Oh, that's my ice. It's still nice and cold though, so that's cool. All right, so last chance. If you haven't seen the season 6 premiere of Tyler Perry's Sistas, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Yeah, so turn it off if you haven't seen it. But let's get into it. As we left off at the end of season 5, Maurice came up to the airport trying to get his car keys and whatever he can of his belongings back from Q. Q caught him in the I want to say, was that like the airport parking lot or like the airport hangar? I don't know what that was, but that's where they end up meeting up at, and then a gunshot goes off. So we start off with from where we left off at. The gunshot goes off, and now we finally get to see who got shot, which was Q. So I was like, good riddance to his ass. I'm glad he got killed. I mean, not killed. I said killed. I'm glad he got shot. I don't care though. Because Q is so annoying. And I hate that I said that. What show is that? Yeah, it's a Tyler Perry show. Because I also review Tyler Perry's Ruthless. Damn, I don't know why I pressed snooze on that alarm. It's just going to go off in another 10 minutes. It is what it is. I need to text a girl about my taxes. I keep forgetting. I will do it when I finish this. But yeah, I'm tired of Q anyway. But like I said, so I do review Tyler Perry's Ruthless, so go check those reviews out too. But I mentioned in Tyler Perry's Ruthless that why do the dudes that always play the bad people on Tyler Perry shows always be the fine ones? They make me so mad. Like on Ruthless, I think that Daikon is cute. I think Manny is cute. And is that it? And I thought Oliver was cute too before he got killed off the show. Spoiler alert. But yeah, like, it be cute characters, but I be hating their characters. I mean, they be cute, but I be hating their characters. So like on this joint, can't stand Gary, but Gary is so cute to me. Cannot stand Q, but Q is so fine to me. Like, it's so annoying, bruh. But anyway, Maurice, he shoots Q. So Q falls on the ground. He done got shot like in the shoulder area. I immediately was like, he ain't gonna die. Plus, it's a Tyler Perry show, so I already knew. I was like, Q ain't gonna die. So Calvin runs up out of nowhere. Was like, I knew something told me to follow your ass, Maurice. So Maurice was like, well, we need to get up out of here, girl. One thing I used to like Maurice. First season, I liked Maurice because he was like the comedic relief for the show. And he was always funny. He was that gay guy that we needed. But now he does too much. And I'm wondering, is this stuff that's written for him to do, or is he improv, like doing this stuff on his own? Because Maurice's character is doing too much for me this season. Last season too, he do too much. Like when he was locked up and they trying to help you get out, but every time they call you, you getting smart. Like what? I let his ass right up in there. It was his fault anyway. Shoot, they got Sabrina out. I would have left his ass in there. But you know, Sabrina, she cares. That's her friend. Even though he used every chance he get to talk down about her love life or the way she dressed. So I'm just like, they need to do some character what's the word? They need to pull Maurice's character to the side and tell him do better. Because I don't like the way he acts. He's too annoying, cocky, obnoxious. He talks too much at the wrong times, all that other stuff. So Maurice was like, we should leave. And Calvin was like, no, we need to call the police. And it was self-defense, like basically, and you know, Maurice was like, I'm not about to go back to prison and all that. And Calvin was like, you not. It was self-defense. And he was like, I'm out. And he was like, and Calvin was like, you can't run. Then Maurice started talking about I'd be out of the city or something. I was like, bro, I hope they ain't about to make this a storyline where Maurice about to run away after this African dude and just pay his bill. And Sabrina promised him that Maurice wasn't going to run. But Maurice doesn't go anywhere. Calvin calls the ambulance. Q trying to yell, telling me, you shot me, he shot me. While Calvin on the phone with the ambulance. And then Calvin said on the phone that he didn't see no gun. But then Maurice was like, no, you tried to shoot me first. And then Calvin hangs up with the ambulance. Q was like, I think I'm about to die. He was like, I'm about to die. I was like, oh, God. Maurice talking shit was like, good. I hope you die. See, sometimes it be funny. But sometimes it be too much. So then Q passes out. I was like, oh, snap, is he dead? I was like, that's not going to be good for Maurice and Sabrina. Like, that's one thing Calvin kept saying. He was like, you better hope that dude be alive. That dude is alive. You better hope he lives. Because if he died, that's going to be bad for Maurice and Sabrina. Because then they ain't going to have nobody to blame the bank robbery on. They're going to blame it on them. They already lost their job. They out on bail. So let me get this scene. Danny, she done went to some bar. She getting drunk at the bar. Because remember, she had the season 5 finale. All the girls confronted her in her apartment. Like some sort of intervention about her just sleeping with these random dudes and all that other stuff. And they brought up her past. Something about, I can't remember. Did she sleep with a lot of dudes in college or something happened? She got sexually assaulted. I can't remember the whole story, but after that, Danny wasn't feeling none of the ladies. She goes to the bar. She had the bar drunk, trying to get more drinks off the bartender. The bartender like, I'm cutting you off unless you give me your keys. So she get the bartender her keys. The bartender give her another drink. So Preston comes over. She like, what, you tracking me? Like, how'd you know I was here? So Preston was like, well, we were having dinner here and I saw you. So I was like, here we go. Before he even said the girl, I already knew when he said we. I'm like, what is up with Preston? Like, why do you keep bringing this girl? It's weird. Like, the whole situation with Preston, Danny, and this girl is weird. Which we found out this episode, her name is Mindy. We never knew the girl name. I don't think so. I don't think they ever mentioned her name. Not that important. But her name's Mindy. I'm going to be using her name in this episode because it's quicker to say that girl that Preston was supposed to marry. So he was like, yeah, we were having dinner. So Danny was like, so Preston was like, you want to meet her? So Danny was like, what'd she say? She was like, was you with the girl? Was you with Mindy when you called me earlier? Preston was like, oh, she was in the bathroom. Like, what is wrong with him? I get the fact that he says he's never been in a situation like this and all that, but come on, have some common sense. You don't call a girl while you with another girl. If you so-called sin or any type of relationship with both of them. It's just weird. Preston's just weird to me, bruh. Oh yeah, side note, do y'all know that in real life he's half black? He got a black in real life. I mean, I say in real life, his father is black. Or his mother. One of his parents is black in real life. I was like, oh snap, okay. He playing the hell out of this country dude role on the show. So he was like, you want to meet her? Yeah, Danny was like, nah. She was like, yeah, she asked, did you call me while you was with her? He said she was in the bathroom. Danny was like, what the? She was like, you know what, get the fuck on, Preston. She tells him, get the fuck on. First, Preston try to be, and that's another thing I don't like about Tyler Perry shows. He make these dudes so thirsty. If a woman says no the first time, dude should walk away. But he be making these dudes press. Like, they be pressing. Like, they won't take no for an answer. And dudes are not like that. Like, it's so annoying seeing it. But anyway, so he tried to be persistent. The bartender was like, you need to leave because she done had too many or whatever. So Preston was like, I can see. And then he gets up and walks away. So then the bartender, she steps off. She calls Andy. Andy's like, who is this? The bartender's like, well, this is the bartender at such and such. Danny's here, drunk. Took her keys, this and the third. Andy was like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. So then Andy calls Sabrina, Karen. Tell them Danny drunk. Gotta go get her, this, then the third. And me personally, I mean, I get that they are foursome. They all four of them is close friends and all that. They sisters. The show, sisters. They sisters. But why does it take all three sisters to go get one sister? I mean, I get they all made her upset, so it was like a group effort of getting her back happy or whatever, getting her back in a good place or whatever. But it didn't take all four of y'all. I mean, all three of y'all. Andy could have went and did that by herself. But then again, I guess I get it because it might, like, maybe something that Andy says wouldn't get Danny to move the way something that Sabrina or Karen said. So I guess I get why all three of them had to come. But in real life, ain't nobody calling all four girlfriends to come pick up one girlfriend. I don't know. Whatever. I ain't got no close knit ass circle like them. I mean, I got lots of close girlfriends, but not like close knit like that. So back at the airport, the ambulance, they taking Q away. He ain't die. They said his pulse was steady or something like that, so he ain't dead. He got shot in the shoulder. I kind of figured, and it was there that junk go. Now I can stop it. Okay. So I could kind of tell he wasn't gonna die. He got shot in the shoulder, and then he got shot on the side that ain't even on his heart. The heart's on the left side. He got shot in his right shoulder, and that junk was high. I was like, if anything, shoulder gonna be fucked up, collarbone, whatever you want to call it. So the police, they start questioning Maurice. Maurice getting smart as hell with the officer. I said, bruh, if this was in real life, Maurice would not be getting away with all this smart shit he's saying. The officer asked him, like, what were you doing here, this and the third? He was like, I came to get my belongings, and the guy tried to shoot me. And dude was like, well, it says he works here. And he was like, well, he had on the airport uniform. Maurice was just getting smart as hell. I ain't even gonna say kudos to the officer, because if this was real life or any other show, the officer wouldn't have did that. It's a Tyler Perry show, so of course the officer gonna be sweet, and this supposed to all be funny. But it's not funny, because I'm like, at any moment, they're going to lock Maurice's ass up just for getting smart. Shit, I got locked up one time just for flipping off a police officer. So I know that this shit was not true. This shit would not fly. So the police they asked Calvin what he was doing there. He was like, I had just ran up. They was like, okay, so we should see all that on the camera, right? Calvin was like, yep, it's cameras everywhere. So they was like, okay, well, we're going to investigate. We're going to look at the cameras and all that stuff. We'll be in touch. Tell them not to leave the country, city, whatever you want to call it. Maurice still getting smart and he tells me, oh, he says we're free. We're free to go. I was just like, bruh, Maurice be doing too much, bruh. It be too, and it's not funny all the time. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. In that moment, it was not funny. But when Q was on the ground saying, I'm dying, and Maurice was like, good, that was funny. All them times when they called him and he was in jail getting smart on the phone and all that, that wasn't funny. Like, I don't know what they think. What do they think? Like, they think that's funny to us? Like, do they think that's funny to us? The stuff that Maurice be doing sometimes. Like, no. I was cool with him when it first started. I was like, okay, he gonna be that gay friend that's gonna be funny. Da-da-da. But now it's like he do too much, bro. He do too much. It's starting to make me not like his character. I stopped liking him real hard. I mean, I really started not liking him when he got locked up and they was calling him. No, you know what? I stopped liking him after he let that nigga Q rob him at gunpoint in his bed and then make him go all the way to the bank to rob the bank. And then he still let the nigga come and live with them. Like, where they do that at? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? Anyway, I'm getting upset. I'm getting upset. So then they get to Zatima, Fatima and Zach. I felt like this whole scene was unnecessary too. So I ain't even write too much about this. They basically land in bed talking about all about his baby mama situation. He's like, I just can't believe, like, why would you stay with me? You know, I got all these situations happening. She was like, well, you know, people have things that they have in their life, and I'm gonna stick by you. This all the stuff that made us like Zatima in the first place. They saying all the right things to each other. Ooh, I'm burping like a mug. So then Zach mentions, he was like, I wonder if my son is being treated right. And we find out his son name is Michael, the one by the baby mother, the ratchet baby mother. I forget her name. I want to say her name Heather or Angel or something like that. It's something like that. So he was like, I wonder how she'd be treating my son. He was like, you seen how happy she got when I mentioned the money and how much she was going to be getting paid and all that. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't they get that girl $1,000 a month? To me, that's not a lot to take care of a child every month. To me. I could have sworn, was it 1,000 or was it 3,000? I can't remember. Somebody gotta remind me, because I'm not gonna go back and check. But I remember watching that and being like, she geeked about that amount of money. I don't even think that's enough. But he was like, you see how geek she got about that money? It makes me wonder if my son's being treated right, this, that, and the third. So Fatima was like, well, how about we invite what is the baby mother name? I don't know. The baby mother that's not Karen. So he's like, how about we invite the baby mother over and little Michael for dinner. See how that works out, and then we can go to their place and see how they living. So Zach was like, you do that for me? Fatima was like, of course I do it. I mean, I'm doing it for us. Da-da-da. Then Zach was like, promise me something. He was like, promise you won't have no dude coming up here again talking about you got a baby with you. Da-da-da. Talking about the fake baby daddy thing. I ain't gonna lie, they had me with that. When they showed that little preview dude coming to the door talking about, yeah, I got a son with Fatima. I was like, bruh, you gotta be lying. And then Zach went to Fatima and she was like, yeah, I can't stand the little bastard. I was like, bruh. She had me fooled. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's why I like Fatima. She's a good actress. What's her real name? Crystal Renee, I think. But yeah, I like Fatima. She had me fooled with that one. So Zach was like, yeah, don't bring up don't have no other dudes coming up here talking about your baby daddy, this, and the third. So then she was like, well, you know, same thing could happen to you. You don't know how many women that came into your door. Maybe that could be coming up to this door, da-da-da-da. So then they start talking about, like, body count. So, Zach asked Zatima, what's her body count? I want to know, is it okay for a guy to ask that? What your body count is? In this day and age? Is that okay to ask what the body count is? So she tells him her body count is 7. 3 of them was one night stand, randoms or whatever. 4 of them she was in an actual relationship. But then she asked Zach how many women he been with. I'm tired. I got to turn around, go to sleep. That. And she laughs it off. I'm like, nah, nigga, shoot. She gave her answer. But I seen some people in the comments saying that Fatima is hiding a secret. So I'm like, what's the secret? Is she lying about her body count? Or like, what? I mean, her cousin is Madam from All the Queen's Men. I don't watch that show, but she made that cameo last season. So I'm like, maybe. I don't know. So, what you say? So Zach avoids the question. And Fatima laughs it off too. She was like, I don't care about your past. She's like, as long as your past don't come fucking with our future, this, that, and the third, then it don't matter. She was like, because if this baby is Karen's, then you're gonna have 2 baby mamas, and that's enough. Including if she have a baby. Man, I just hit the table. Did the Jones shake? I want to shake the room. Anyway, okay. So the ladies, they arrived to the bar to get Danny. They was like, hey, bartender, give her some coffee. Danny don't even drink that damn coffee. Whole time they talking to her, Sabrina keep trying to slide it to her, and Danny's like, no. So they start telling her like, oh, Danny, you were right about, because she was getting in their ass when they had the little intervention about her. She came at them too. She was telling all they, I mean, not telling all their business, because we watching their business play out, but she was calling them on their BS too when they was at the little, when they tried to give her an intervention. She was like, Andy, you with this dude who you know, well, we all know what Gary did. Shoot, I can't even remember that. I can't even count the many things. I can't even count the number of things that Gary done did to Andy. I cannot even count, bruh. But, yeah, so she gets on Andy about the things that Gary did. Gets on Karen about, not knowing who her baby daddy is. Gets on Sabrina about leading the African on, all that stuff. And gets on Sabrina about something about Calvin. I can't remember. But they tell her, like, yeah, you was right about our relationships. We're sorry. We didn't mean to condemn you like that. We weren't trying to hurt you. All this good stuff, yada, yada, yada. They pour into it, though, more. They say more, but I'm not about to say all the stuff they said. Danny seems like she's receiving it a little bit. Then she turned to Karen, because Andy and Sabrina was saying stuff. Then Karen. Danny turns to Karen and was like, so what about you, Miss Mom to be or something like that. So Karen was like, well, I know the situation I'm in. She mentions that that the next day she'll be going to the doctors to get a prenatal paternity test. Apparently that's something that can prove who the father is between Aaron and Zach. Which, me personally, I still think that is Aaron's baby. And I'm not just saying that because I don't want it to be Zach's. I'm saying that because last season, okay, when she slept with Zach in her office, they didn't get to finish. So he didn't get to, like, you know, ejaculate inside her. They didn't finish because Aaron and Pam came busting in and caught them off guard. So Zach didn't get to ejaculate in Karen. But when she slept with Aaron, they didn't show the actual sex scene and him ejaculating in her, of course. But it was shown that they had sex and it was completed. So we know it was Aaron. They never even said if she did it with Aaron with a condom, anything. We don't know. So, but I still feel like it's Aaron's. Yeah, they never even specified. Did she have sex with Aaron with a condom? Apparently not, because she has this. She's trying to figure out who the baby daddy is. So that's weird too. So she says, I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, get a prenatal paternity test, figure it out. Then she tells the ladies about the woman that popped up at her shop looking for Aaron, calling Aaron, what she called him, Tony or John or something like that? She called him something like that. She was like, yeah, what'd she say? Yeah, she said, I ain't talked to Aaron since this, that, and the third. So the ladies started to get up, starting to leave, trying to walk Danny out. They turn and they noticed Preston. And Danny was like, oh, I already seen him over there. And she was like, you know, he told me I could come over there and meet the girl, right? So then she walks over there. And at this point now, the girl's talking about something. Oh, well, should we stop her? Well, you know, it ain't gonna always stopping her. Y'all don't make no sense. Y'all just got her up off the bar from out of her feelings, but now y'all talking about there ain't no way to stop her from going over there and saying what she got to say to Preston and the girl. I was like, whatever. I guess that's just their way of letting it fly. I mean, letting the scene happen. I guess, whatever. So Danny walks over to the girl, to Mindy and Preston. She walks over dumb like too. I mean, I guess she's supposed to be drunk, but she was walking over there like she was Elmer Fudd or some shit like, shh, I'm hunting rabbits. It was weird. But she ain't had no gun. It was weird. So Danny, she goes over there. First of all, this bitch Danny. Now, Danny is supposed to be the comedy friend too, but sometimes she get on my nerves. Like, her storyline with Preston is irritating. Her storyline period is irritating. Sleeping with these weird dudes. The one dude that spit in her face, oh, he would have had to die. But Danny is funny sometimes though. She is funny sometimes. So she goes over there to them. This bitch curtsies. This bitch curtsies in front of them like, how do you do? I thought that was hilarious, bruh. So she curtsies in front of them. How do you do? That was funny. Where am I? I gotta learn to stop squinting because I got glasses now, but I'm so used to squinting. Okay. So Danny sits down and starts talking with the girl Mindy. Basically saying the shit that been going on with her and Preston. They going back and forth just in the third. So Danny notices the ring on Mindy's finger. She's like, oh, that looks like the engagement ring that he tried to propose to me with. So Mindy was like, Preston. Which is weird. Don't act surprised. And then in this same notion, she was like, okay. She was like, Preston. So Danny was like, she asked Mindy. She was like, how does it feel to know that he proposed to me with that ring first? And I said, no. So Preston get to, can we talk later? And I'm like, nigga, what? You was the one that was trying to get her to come over there just a couple of minutes ago. He was like, I can go drop Mindy off at the hotel and then I can come talk to you. And I was just like, this nigga is weird. Even Danny was like, so Danny asked the Mindy girl, she was like, you heard that? Like, she was like, you okay with that? So the girl Mindy was like, yeah, I just want to make sure that, I just want to, what'd you say? What'd she say? Yeah, she was like, I just want him to work through this before we get married. So Danny started tripping out. She was like, what the fuck? She's like, I ain't never experienced no shit like that. Ain't no black woman's experience like this. She was like, y'all just something, you just something else. Y'all, because it couldn't be me. Like, basically. So I thought that was funny. I was like, hell yeah, that couldn't be nobody. That's weird as hell. But I just want to marry somebody that. So then he says, something about he still in love with Danny right in front of the girl. I'm just like, what? She was like, you know, he might be talking about me. Mindy was like, well, I just want to make sure he's clear. And I'm just like, bruh, you're right. It could not be me. It could not be anyone but Mindy. So they pan back to the ladies. Karen leaves. Still not showing, by the way. That annoyed me. That's why I gave this Joan a B. Lucky I should give it a C. This Joan was dumb. But Karen's still not showing. She's like, I'm going to go check the salon because, you know, Pam be high and don't be doing stuff right. So she leaves. And then Andy gets a call from Gary. He laid up in her house, covered in rose petals. He just be in her house freely and all that. Talking about when you going to get home. She's like, well, I'm with Sabrina handling Danny and I'm going to try to get through to them quick, and I'm going to come home to you, so you stay right there. I'm just like, bro, I'm tired of Andy and Gary. I'm tired of Gary mostly. How does he... Is that the same pen? Is she still in the penthouse that he got her? Ain't she supposed to be moving back to her apartment? I don't know. I get that she's trying to play him a little bit because she's trying to know what's going on. She's trying to be in the loop as far as her job because she's trying to move up. But it's just like, girl, I'm tired of y'all. So Andy and Sabrina, they go over to get Danny and they pull her away. So Karen, she in her car on her way to the salon. Aaron calls her, like, can we talk? I'm at your place. She was like, well, I ain't gonna be there for a while. I'm going to check on the salon. He was like, well, I really want to talk to you in person. I was just like, oh God. She was like, all right, well, I'll stop past there before I go to the salon. I'm just like, so you'll go to your house, then go to your salon, and then go back to your house. Make it make sense. It's just so weird to me, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. So Karen calls Pam after she gets off the phone with Aaron. And She was asking her, like, you turn the stuff off, where the videos at? Pam like, yes, girl. Oh, I was going to do it. She moaning on the phone, obviously having sex. She's like, did you having sex in my shop? And Pam's like, no, I'm at home, girl. She was like, I'm going to send them. I know you in the car. And Karen was like, I don't care. Send them now. So then we get this little dumbass scene that I don't think we needed either. That's why I ain't write that much. Maurice and Calvin get back to Maurice's apartment, basically talking about what just happened, Q and all that. Maurice was like, damn, I got to find another job with this nigga that made me lose my job. And Calvin just like, I hope he pulled through. I hope he pulled through too for Maurice and Sabrina's sake. Maurice don't even seem that worried. But we see in a preview for next week that Sabrina's worried. She's like, you should be staying away from him. Let's hope he makes it. So Sabrina worried. I feel Sabrina. She done got drugged into some shit that ain't had nothing to do with her. Because of Maurice wild dumb ass. So Karen, she pulls up back at her place. And Aaron's waiting outside. She's like, I ain't letting you in. I ain't letting you in until you explain what the fuck that was the other day. So he was like, I apologize. I felt like we were in a good space. She's like, we was. So what the fuck was that about? So Aaron was like, well, I was seeing the woman briefly, the woman that showed up at Karen's shop. She's like, I was seeing her briefly. It was nothing serious. Karen was like, well, you didn't think to mention it? He was like, well, you've been back and forth with your feelings, so plus it wasn't really nothing to mention. Now, one thing, I will give Aaron that. I will give him that, but at the same time, like, no. I get that, yeah, Karen been playing, like, she still wants Zach, and she been throwing you off because she don't know how she feel, da-da-da. But at the same time, you knew all this when you got with her. When you got with her, she still had feelings for Zach. She wasn't pregnant, but she still had feelings for Zach. Now she's pregnant and still has feelings for Zach and doesn't know if it's his baby. And wants it to be his baby and not yours. So it's just like, bro, you can't act like you couldn't have just let her know, yeah, well, I feel like you've been distant, so I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to be out here seeing people. Just keep it a buck with her. And plus, y'all done had unprotected sex, so you need to be telling her that. So Karen, she feels weird about it. She was like, I got a question for you. She was like, do you gaslight women? She was like, you just like act like you grace the feet. I mean, you love the ground that they walk on and all that, but then the whole time you treating them like shit and all that. So he was like, absolutely not. So Karen was like, I don't know, something's off. Plus, Karen been wanting something to be off with Aaron too, because even when she talked with her mother, she was like, he just seemed to be too good to be true. So of course Karen just looking for something too, also, to get on Aaron about. Not saying that she ain't wrong about this. So she was like, I just need you to leave. She was like, we'll talk when I'm ready. So Aaron was like, for real? Like, really? Can we just... And I was like, bro, see, that's what I be mean. They be making the dude so damn thirsty. He was looking like he didn't even want to walk away. Like, bruh, I get you acting, but no. So Aaron leaves. Karen calls Pam back. Pam was like, all right, I'm sending the video now. I knew you was driving, so she sends the video. Karen notices in the video that the curling light was still on. So she was like, do you see that light still on? Pam was like, I thought that just meant it was cooling down. So Karen was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna go check on my shop. I'm gonna go turn it off or whatever. And Pam has did this before. She's left the curling irons on. And I think somebody else caught it. I can't remember. Was it Karen or was it Pam? I don't remember. But luckily it didn't catch on fire that time. But this time, Karen gets to her shop and that joint is on fire. So she said, forget this baby I got in my stomach. I need to save my original baby, my shop. So she runs up in the shop, goes for the fire extinguisher. I think it looked like was something coming out? I couldn't really tell. I couldn't tell if something's coming out or not, but the fire didn't look like it was going down. And then Karen starts to cough and falls down to the floor. So I'm just like, damn. I wonder what's gonna happen. Her poor shop. It's crazy because now she about to lose her shop, and she got a baby on the way. So if that is Zach's baby, he gonna have to be full provider. And that's crazy how the tables. We're not trying to say it like that, but the tables have reversed. They've not turned, but the roles have reversed. If Karen loses her shop, she ain't got no shop, she ain't got no income. And now she got to depend on Zach. When at first Zach used to have to depend on Karen. That'd be crazy. It's crazy, man. That's how it ended. Yeah, I still rate this down to a B plus. I don't even want to say B plus because plus sounds so good. And this episode was not good enough for me because Karen ain't even showing. And we still get this dumbass Danny and Preston storyline. So I'm just like, I don't know. Predictions for episodes to come. Well, we saw Sabrina as telling Maurice you need to stay away from Q. And we better hope that he make it. So yeah, hopefully he make it. What else did I see on the next episode? Oh, I did see the next episode. I have to tell a preview on the next episode that Pam pulled up to the shop and saw it was on fire. Saw Karen's car while she was on the phone with Aaron. So, Aaron probably going to be coming right after. And I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder I wonder how Zach going to feel when he found out Karen was in the fire. I hope they don't do nothing stupid to try to make that a way to get rid of the baby. I don't know. That'd be weird and dumb because we've been waiting to see this baby the whole time. And for them to do that. And side note, I also want to mention, they make Zatima seem so good on Sistas. When we see Fatima and Zach on Sistas, they coherent, they on the same side, they cool with each other, everything's going good. But when you watch Zatima, they having a tiff every episode. So I'm just like, what's real and what's not? It's kind of annoying. But yeah, those are my predictions for episodes to come. I be getting mad. I be getting pissed off at these Tyler Perry shows, man. I swore to myself, I'm not watching no more Tyler Perry shows. After the only 3 Tyler Perry shows I'm watching right now are Ruthless, Sistas, and The Oval. When those are gone off for good, I'm no longer watching any more Tyler Perry shows. I'm sorry. I love Tyler Perry and everything that he stands for. I love everything about him and all that. But the fact that his shows are like, I don't like the dialogue. I just don't. And some of the actors, I don't. I don't know if it be the dialogue fucking up the actors or it be the actors fucking up the dialogue. I don't know, but bruh, no. So after them 3 shows are gone off for good, I'm done with Tyler Perry shows. They be having their moments, but it's just like, come on, you gotta do better, man. I don't like how thirsty he make the dudes look, how desperate he make women look. Like, it's weird, bruh. But yeah, thanks for watching my review. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, comment below what you thought of the episode, what you thought about what I talked about, if I was off on anything, if I forgot to talk about anything, all that good stuff. Hit the share button if you want to, notification bell if you want to. That way, as soon as I post something, it'll automatically pop up on your notifications. What else? Yeah, like and subscribe again. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.